Our last module is on trigonometry, which is the study of triangles. And there's a lot of applications of triangles you'll find in all kinds of different jobs. So in forestry, in carpentry, in physics, to name a few, right-handed triangles actually come up a lot. So this entire unit, we're only going to be looking at right angle triangles, so triangles that have one angle of 90 degrees or a perfect corner. The first two units should be a bit of a review from chapter 8, and then we're going to get into the other units which go on looking at the angles and sides and properties of those for right triangles. So the right triangle, we always denote angles of triangles with capital letters, and then the sides are lowercase. So side little a is opposite, in other words, not touching angle A. Side B is opposite, not touching angle B, and so on. As you already know, the sum of any three angles from a triangle is 180 degrees. So if we're dealing with a right triangle, one of those angles is 90 degrees. So the sum of the other two angles must also add up to 90. And last thing, in a right triangle, the side opposite the right angle, so the side that's not touching your right angle, is called the hypotenuse. And it's always the longest side of the triangle. The other two sides are called the legs of the triangle. So putting to use what we learned about angles, if we were asked to find angle B here, I'm just going to use Greek letter theta to show that that's the angle we're trying to find. Or actually in the example, they've just called it angle B, so that also works. What we're going to do is say, well, we know angle A plus angle B must add up to 90 degrees. So if we subtract angle A from both sides, we see that B has to be 90 minus angle A, which means it's 90 minus 40 degrees because our angle A over here is listed as 40. And so we end up with angle B must be 50 degrees.